Kids rock! Kids rock!
kidsrock.church.
Right? Well, so we're excited about the Broncos. Can you imagine if we go to watch the game? Anyone going to the game? You're actually going to the game today? Can I have your tickets? No? Well, can you imagine if you were at the game, like this lucky kid, or you were watching the game, and you got there, and Peyton Manning and all the Broncos came running out on the field, and they weren't wearing their uniforms? What if they came out wearing their pajamas, like Ranger Micah did back in our first week? Remember that? You'd be like, no, what are you doing, right? Because they wear all this protective gear, right? And what if Peyton Manning ran out wearing a Patriots jersey? If you did that, you'd have to expect his football to be deflated, right? I mean, come on, right? So, no, he comes out wearing orange, you see his jersey, you know it's a Bronco player, and you get all excited, right? Well, as a Christian, we have our uniform, we have our armor, and it's called the armor of God. That's what we've been learning about this month. And today, we're going to add the next piece of armor. But as you know, we need to add the next piece. In order to do it, we need to bring a Maximus Groovious, Optimus, whatever his name is, back. So I think I remember right. We go to the time machine and whoa. Oh wait, what did I learn last week? I've got to fall out. Mr. Moody, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I almost did it without your instructions. Last week I thought I could do it without help, and it was bad. Like a crocodile came through a time machine. So I'm ready this week. We're going to follow your instructions. And I accidentally wore my lab coat home. Is that okay? Can I do it without the lab coat?
Totally.
Okay, but I do remember I need to put on my protective hat, right?
Yes, of course.
And I've got it over here, except I got to take my Bronco hat on.
Oh.
I had the kids fooled. They thought I dyed my hair orange. How many of you guys were fooled? One person. All right, well, I'll take my Bronco hat off, and I'll put on my time travel hat. This thing channels my creativity because our time travel machine is powered by creativity. But not just my creativity, we need some kids' creativity, right?
That is
So
correct.
once again, we need a couple of kids from the audience who have a very active imagination. Maybe you even get in trouble with your parents for your active imagination, all right? So we'll do one boy, one girl. All right, guy in the red sweater, why don't you come up here, red shirt? All right, you have a good imagination. All right, very good. So you stand over here, and I need a girl with a good imagination. We better, why don't you come up here? Yeah, sit in the chair right there. She's got a Bronco shirt on. We got to be represented by our Bronco stake. So if you'll remember, we have this very dangerous, here, stand away just while I turn it on. And, yeah, it does say danger. You wanted me to pick someone else? Are you nervous, Danny? Okay, so remember, turn on the plasma ball. And there we go, and there we go. If this is very, don't worry, it's not dangerous.
Carl,
I'm just kidding, it's not dangerous. So, you just come sit over here, and he knows what to do. And if you would move over this way on the side, that way everybody can see. Go ahead and sit down. You guys back away if it explodes. Shrek will go in your head. So now what do I do, Mr. Moody?
All right, so now you have the children's imagination, so you'll go.
Alright, so you guys have your imaginations ready, so now what do I do?
So now you go over to the time machine
I'm
and
here.
activate button number 1.
Button number 1 has been activated. I see it lighting up.
Right, now button number 2.
Button number 2.
And finally button number 3.
Alright. Oh, does that mean something's wrong?
No.
Okay.
That means it's going correct.
Alright, so now I pull the lever.
Yes, pull the
There we
lever.
go, and it should start right now. Oh, keep your hand under, Danny. Alright. It's going. It's going. Alright. I don't think a whole lot of fuses here. Alright. Alright. Should be no instructions, right?
Yep.
Oh! Oh no, we blew fuses. It sounds think it's still working though?
Yes, there we go.
Okay, I gotta answer the object. Roman soldier. I'm putting in Groovious. I want to make sure we get the same soldier. Alright. Alright, it's trying to locate the object.
Very good.
Oh, we're sucking more power. I hope big church isn't affected. Oh, object's been located. There we go. Alright, I think it's starting to transfer the object now. Don't be scared, don't be alarmed.
There he is.
Here he comes. Hey! Hey!
There he is.
He did it! Welcome back! Alright, let me turn off the sound before anybody else comes through. Alright, good job guys, you can have a seat. Excellent. Oh, no, we're from the future. He's from the past. Alright. No, your presents are past and our future, your futures are present.
When you go in the door, there's that little...
Who's he? He's the guy who invented the whole thing.
Yeah, and you see, calm down, you see, this is what happened, See, now we built this thing, you see, we're,
No, he's explaining the whole thing.
okay, so, see, we built this time machine, and we wanted to send, and we wanted to bring a real German soldier.
Not German, Roman.
German.
They're bad yet, they came much later. They're not bad now, but they were bad for a while. Germany's close.
Yeah, so we bring you to our time presents.
Do you know what we're going to be learning about today? Can you tell them which piece of the armor we're learning about today?
The armor of God.
Do you know which piece?
Chest.
The breastplate. All right, give this guy a big round of applause. Thank you for helping smooth his transition. You can have a seat as well. Good job. Thank you so much, because I know it gets foggy with all this time travel and everything. Well, see, you have to understand, we don't have gladiators and we have an army, but we don't fight much anymore because it's hard to explain. So what we have is we have what's called sports. And so we have a bunch of guys. Yeah, we have a bunch of guys, and we kind of number our guys, and they go out into a field, but instead of fighting with spears and arrows, they fight over a ball. It's really exciting. And they jump on each other, they throw the ball around, they kick it sometimes, and whoever kicks it past a certain line the most times or runs it across or throws it across, they win. And our guys are the orange guys, and so they wear orange so we know which team they're on. And they've been beating lots of other teams. And so they're fighting a team today that also beat a lot of other teams. And the leader of our team, the leader of that team, they're like some of the best guys in history. And so it's a big game and we're all very excited about it. And it'd be kind of like the Colosseum battles from back then, except
over a ball.
Over a ball. They're not going to stab each other though.
Can't they just make two balls and you take one home?
No, they don't share. They fight over it. Yeah, they're grown men. They fight over it. So anyway, we're learning about the breastplate.
The breastplate.
And because in your time you wore one, we wear uniforms with colors. But so I wanted to, but God said we have a breastplate of righteousness.
Yeah.
And so before I explain to the kids why God says righteousness is like a breastplate, could you tell us why you wear a breastplate?
Well, the breastplate has two purposes.
Okay.
Number one, see how it has all the emblems and mine is black? I'm what's called a centurion. I have 100 people that I command, and when they see this on the battlefield, they know who to follow.
Okay.
Just like you guys have the colors, so you know who's on.
So it's kind of like your team uniform.
It's kind of like my team uniform.
So the other guys wear something
They
different.
wear something different.
So you know who to poke with.
And then my guys know to follow the guy who's wearing this one.
Oh, cool. You're like the quarterback.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you are. You're like the quarterback.
All right. And then the other thing that it does, all of my thingies that can kill me are behind this breastplate. My heart, my lungs, everything. You can poke me in the leg, or you can poke me in the arm.
Ouch.
But if you poke me right here, I die, and I don't like that.
Yeah, you know the heart is the most important organ you have. even your brain, as important as your brain is, you know, you can actually be what they call brain dead. I know you're probably thinking of someone you know. But you can actually have your brain be dead and you can still be alive. Now you're kind of boring, you just lay there. You know, but you can still be alive. But if your heart is broken, and I don't mean because your girlfriend broke up with you. I mean if your heart stops working, if it gets poked with a sword, you die. And so it's got to be protected. So is this pretty tough?
It's pretty tough.
So I want to see how tough it is.
Taking a few shots from some swords right here, and it didn't even go through it.
Well, I want to do a little experiment if you don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Kids, should I test his armor? Because see, the Bible says that our enemy, the devil, is shooting us with flaming arrows of temptation. Now, we did an arrow a few weeks ago, and the church insurance company came, and you know, I had all these meetings, so we're not doing anything with arrows again. But I do have something like an arrow. I went to a children's pastors conference this week. It was over 1,000 children's pastors. It was fun. And they were giving away these foam darts. And so I want to test your breastplate with this dart. I'm going to shoot this at you, and I'm going to try and hurt you. Okay? Are you ready? Here we go. Hi-ya! I did already. Did it hurt? You know, it's just one. But you know what? I found in my life that I get shot with more than just one arrow of temptation. Satan sometimes, I feel like it's a barrage. And it's just like they're coming in from everywhere. So maybe a better test would be if I actually let the kids shoot a bunch of these. Sit down, sit down. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk around, and if you're seated down, I might just give you one of these. All right? And then you'll get to shoot it. All right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around. I'm going to hand some of these out at random. All right? And you can indicate you want one, but you've got to stay seated. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these out at random. All right, don't shoot it at your neighbor, your friend, or your small group leader. We'll take it away just as fast as I gave it to you. All right? To keep for your safety, why don't you back up a little bit. If you have a dart, stand up. If you're way in the back, you can come closer. These don't go that far. All right? Because we're going to test to see if the armor will keep him safe. Here, I have an extra dart. All right? And see how you guys do. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Do you need a shield to protect your face? All right, don't hit in the face, hit in the chest. Here we go. 10, 9, everyone count with me. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, shoot up on the stage, and then leave him on the stage, throw him on the stage. You can see it dead. So we have scientifically proven that the breastplate of righteousness will protect you from the fiery darts of the enemy. Wouldn't you say, Dr. Moody?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Wonderful. But what?
Those were just foam darts.
Yeah.
When they were out in the battlefield, they would actually be hit with swords.
You know that's true.
Well, that's true. So I should hand it. You're saying I should hand it. So you want me to hand out swords to the children?
Please.
Me too.
Wait. I got it. Wait.
This is what we really
We need a way. So we need a way to scientifically prove that a breastplate can protect something from a sword. Now, I don't really want to whack you with the sword. So we need to create two controlled environments, right?
Yes.
So how can we do that, Mr. Moody?
Do you have something we can destroy?
How about a gaudy little bull thingy?
Oh yeah, this is a piñata. This is
Yes.
a birthday party I went to this week. It's filled with candy.
That is perfect.
Yeah, I can destroy that, but wait. Oh wait, there's another one up there.
My goodness.
Wait, so this gives us the possibility of having two controlled environments. One. That's a great
Yes,
one.
that is.
So we'll protect this one with the breastplate. Do you have a way that we can do that?
Octavius, that's a great idea.
Oh, so what we'll do is
We'll put this one here, and I'll put my breastplate on it.
oh, so we'll attack this one that's protected
And
by the
then we'll
breastplate.
hit that one and see which one breaks first.
Okay, so here's what you do. I need everyone out of the circle. This is going to be dangerous. And Vince, will you help me out, Vince? Sister Vince? Everyone out of the circle. All right, you're out of here. So, so I'm going to choose a kid from the audience. And no blindfold, because we actually want to hit this thing. And you're going to get to whack this. They're going to try and make it hard to hit by going up and down and swinging. And this one is not protected by a breastplate, and that one is. So let's start out. Do we have a first grade girl? First grade girl. We're going to start down at the bottom. First grade girl. All right, so stand up. Here's what I want you to do. Put your hand through that ring, and then hold the hand. That keeps it from flying and impaling someone. All right? So you go ahead and give that thing a whack. Get one hit. Oh, come on, Brianna! There we go. Give that thing a hit. All right, good. Do we have a second grade boy? Let's see here. Let's see your second grade. So now let's find out how a protected piñata filled with candy, how it does covered by a breastplate. All right, we want to see you use your sword. You guys back away. You guys can have a stringy thing around your sword.
So how many times did they hit it? I mean, they kind of...
Oh man, it was like 6, 7, 8, it was 9 times.
So...
Oh! 2, count with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, have mercy. All right, let's see how our little piñata's doing. How you doing, little guy? How you doing?
Aww.
Oh, he's okay. See, that was all that candy. I get to keep all that candy. I get to keep it all. So, righteousness, listen up guys. So righteousness protects us. I want to tell you guys 2 stories really quick. One of these stories is about me. And the other one's about a friend. But I'm not going to tell you which one's about me. They're both true stories. You can try to guess which one you think's about me and which one is about another guy that I know. In the first story, it's about a young man who was in Bible college, and he really needed a job. He had a young wife, and he had school bills. They were adding up. He had a car he had to pay for, and insurance. He was finding out how expensive life was once you're not with mom and dad. And he found out about this great job. And it was in a warehouse. And it was just loading up trucks, but it paid a lot of money. But during his interview, the boss said, "There's something I need you to do. When we load up the trucks, your job is to count the boxes on the truck. Because we sell that stuff." Should only be me talking. He said, "But once in a while, I'm going to ask you to take one of the boxes and put it off to the side and don't count it. Because then I can sell that stuff kind of off the books and make some extra money. And every time you do that, I'm going to slip you $100 that's not even in your paycheck, so you don't have to pay taxes on it, so you'll make a little extra spending money. Not that often, but once in a while." Well, this guy went back to his college dorm, and he was thinking, man, I really want that job. It pays a lot of money, but I don't know if if I feel right about this, putting the box aside and not counting it and getting that $100, they call that under the table, he finally decided after praying, that's wrong. I guess I'm just not going to get the job. So he went back the next day and told the guy, says, I really want this job, I really need this job, but I think I have to say no because I can't do what you're asking. I can't not count everything, and I can't take that $100 on the side. I can't lie because I'm a Christian. And you know what the guy said? He thought he was going to get really mad at him. He said, you know what, I've offered this job to a lot of people, and every single one of them have said, okay, and I've not hired them. Because if they're willing to steal for me, they might steal for themselves, and I can't trust them. And I need someone I can trust. And you're the first guy who has said, I will not do that. You have the job, and I'm going to pay you even more because I can trust you. Now, the other story takes place with a guy who was in high school, and he worked at a hardware store. And he loved working there because he got to learn about all kinds of tools and how things work and how to fix things. But one Saturday, he forgot to bring his money to go buy lunch at lunch break. And he's like, what am I going to do? And he was talking to the owner's son. And the owner's son said, you know what you do? It's real easy. All you have to do is go to the cash register and ring up a return. You just have to pretend that somebody returned something. Think about how much money you need. And if it's about $5, just ring in that somebody returned something for $5. You just go $5 return. Ka-ching! And whatever it says it would be with tax, like $5.25, you just take the $5.25. And you use that at lunch. And the next day, if you want to pay it back, you just bring the $5.25 back. And then you pretend that somebody bought something for $5. And you just ring up $5. And when it says it's $5.25, you put the $5.25 back. You're stealing, but you're really just borrowing because you're going to return it, and the paperwork will all be fine if you run it as a return and then as a purchase. So he thought it was a great idea. So you know what he did? He rang up a return, and the register went ching, 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 ching. And just as he was taking the money out, the boss came out from his office. The boss looked around, he didn't see any customers. And he said, what were you just ringing up? And he realized suddenly the boss probably won't like this, so he lied. He says, oh, I was just doing a return. The boss looked at the receipt and says, $5. Oh, well, what did they return? A pair of gloves. I don't see the gloves. Oh, I already put them away. Are you lying to me? You gotta say, yeah. And guess what happened? Fired him. He said, go home. And he said, yeah, but your son told me it was okay to do this. You think he believed him?
No.
He went and asked the son and said, Dad, I would never say that. That's stealing. He got fired and had to go home. So 2 stories. Both, they were told to do something wrong by someone who was in charge, but both were wrong. One guy said, I can't do that. He got the job. The other guy took the bad advice. He did what was wrong, and he got fired. One of those stories was me, and one was someone else. Who thinks I was the guy that did the right thing and said, there's no way I'm going to steal, man. I'm going to do the right thing, and he got the job of the race? Who thinks I was the guy that got fired? I hate to tell you, but that was me. I got fired. You know, when you do the wrong thing, you end up lying. I ended up lying about the gloves and then lying about the customer. Then when I got home, you know what? My dad said, Carl, what are you doing here? And I lied again. I said, oh, he didn't need me today. He let me go early. My dad said, Carl, you lying. How do your parents always know when you're lying, right? So my dad said, get in the car. We drove back to the Ace Hardware. And my dad went to talk to the boss. And my dad believed me about the son telling me that. And my dad tried to explain that I'm an honest guy, and I'm a good kid. And the boss said, well, that might be true, but you stole. And if I can't trust you, then I can't have you working for me, so I hope you learn from this. And I did learn. I'm kind of glad it happened, as much as I'm still sad that I lost that cool job. I really liked working there. I really liked that boss. But I learned that people are going to try and get you to the wrong thing. And sometimes even a good person will try and get you to do the wrong thing. But what's wrong is always wrong, even if it looks right. Even if someone that you really like or respect tells you it's wrong. Even if your best friend says it's wrong, it's still wrong, right? Righteousness is doing what's right no matter what. And we have an enemy. In our videos, we call him the dark evil man. But it's Satan. It's our own sin nature. It could be a friend. It could be just our culture. But the dark evil man tries to get us to do the wrong thing. And when we listen to him, things always go bad. As you will see again today in our adventure of the dark evil man.
Once upon a time, in a neighborhood not so far away, there lived a young boy named Rob who was late to school.
Oh no, I'm late for school. I overslept. What am I gonna do?
Mwahaha! I know just the thing to do. Of course, it will involve disobeying your mother, but that's what I'm here for. Rob, there's a shortcut up ahead. I suggest you take it. Mwahaha!
Oh, look, a shortcut. No, my mom said I couldn't. Or maybe, what could go wrong? Ah! Oh no! Ah, my homework! Stop it, stop it! Shoo, dog, shoo! Now what am I gonna do?
And so without his homework, Rob was going to have to appear at school. I can't wait. I can't wait. When you don't do the right thing, there's always consequences. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm just going to sit in the back of the room and watch.
Welcome, class.
Mr. Wilson, I don't have my homework.
Why not?
A dog ate it on the way to school.
Really?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not lying.
Why don't you really have your homework?
Because a dog ate it.
I'm gonna have to give you detention because you're lying to me.
Okay, but it's not a lie.
I love this. I love this. When you take shortcuts in life, there's always consequences. And so after detention, Rob headed home. And guess who was there to greet him?
Hi, Rob. What happened to you?
I got attacked by a dog
Oh my, where did this happen?
on an alley.
You didn't take a shortcut to school, did you?
Well, maybe.
I told you not to take shortcuts. Dangerous things could happen. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Well, I understand. Sometimes it's hard when we're tempted by the evil one. You know what you have to do? You have to wear your breastplate of righteousness. Do you know what that is?
No.
Well, it's like a bulletproof vest. It's invisible, but it's powerful, and it's activated by one simple prayer. Can I teach it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Lord, help me to do the right thing. And if you pray that, then he will. He'll help you to do the right thing.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're okay. How about you go to the store for me and get me a loaf of bread? But no shortcuts, okay?
Okay, Mom.
I'm going to pray for you. Dear Lord, please help my son Robbie to do the right thing, even when it's hard, and to remember to be righteous. Amen.
Okay, Mom, I'll be right back.
Okay, see you soon.
See ya.
And so Rob headed to the store to get bread for his mom.
Bread, bread, bread. Where's the bread? Oh, wait, there's the bread. Okay. Hello, how's your day going? It's going good. I would like to buy some bread for my mom.
Okay, that will be $9.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
So, okay, so, wait. He gave me $1 extra.
This is great. This is great. I get another opportunity to tempt Rob to do the wrong thing. You know, Rob, you've had a rough day. You've been attacked by a dog. You got a detention that you didn't deserve. And besides, it's his fault for giving you the dollar anyway. So you might as well keep it. And maybe you can buy a candy bar or something later. This is great. Do it, Rob. Do it.
Maybe it is his fault. Well, I want to try to be righteous Rob.
What? What is this? What is he doing? No. What is he doing?
What are you back for, son?
You gave me $1 extra.
What?
Oh, wow. That is very odd.
This can't
I
be.
thought kids
No.
wouldn't do that. I thought they would
No.
just keep it for themselves.
This is
Well,
terrible.
Thank you.
Is he doing the right thing?
Bye.
Ah!
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Oh, somebody must have told him about the breastplate of righteousness, and he just did the right thing. Curses foiled again. But that's all right. I never give up. I never surrender. I will be back. I gotta go to the doctor.
The dark evil man strikes again. Wonder who does that guy. So, he's out there, and he's trying to tempt you. So when he tries to get you with that web of deceit, don't let him. Do what is right all the time. When those arrows come at you by yourself, you'd be like Peyton Manning out there in his pajamas, right? It'd be terrible. Yeah. There was this guy named Mike, but that's another whole story. But anyway, he's weird. He's a very strange guy. But we want to be righteous, all right? So let's go to our small group time, or trail time. So get ready to go. March. Be sure you stay march.